Thank you, and good afternoon for everyone. It's a pleasure to have you here in Hungary, in Budapest, at this wonderful conference, and thank you for the colleagues of the National Research Development and Innovation Office for organizing this event. In my short presentation today, I will give you a short overview of how we see the Hungarian innovation research landscape and what measures did we take or are we going to take in order to accelerate this ecosystem. Three short topics. Where are we now? Basically how we see our current situation, our challenges, and what is our strategy. And I will highlight a new model for accelerating technology transfer in our universities and research institutions. As you all know, most of you are from Europe. Hungary is a small and open economy and country with less than 10 million population, with 93,000 square kilometers area. What is interesting, and I would like to highlight that if we look at the population data of Hungary, our rank is 96 globally with this 9.6 million. Our GDP per capita is 47, as you can see on the chart. But still, we are 11th in terms of in Nobel laureates per capita, and we have 12 universities among top 5%. As you may know, that Hungary has very strong foundations in science. We have 12 Nobel laureates who were born in Hungary and 18 Nobel laureates who have Hungarian descent. That means that our rank is 11, and you can see that last year in 2023, two new Hungarian-born Nobel laureates, Ferenc Krausz and Katalin Karikó, who won the Nobel Prize, Ferenc Krausz in physics and Katalin Karikó in medicine. If you look at our different indicators or indexes, what we measure and follow, you can see that our Global Innovation Index rank is 36. You can compare it to the numbers I showed you in the last chart. Our rank in Europe is 21. But if we look at the International IP Index, for example, our rank is 15, or the Economic Complexity Index, which measures the export structure of an economy, our rank is 14. So that means that Hungary's rank in innovation and research is better than what we see in our economic performance. At the same time, if we look back 30, 40 years ago, in the 1980s or 1990s, Hungarian scientific output was among the 15 largest globally. So that means we still have work to do. I would like to highlight for you four results, what we achieved in the last couple of years in terms of research and innovation. One is compared to the most fresh data in the European Innovation Scoreboard, Hungary's score improved by almost 9 percentage points on the European Innovation Scoreboard. Since 2010, we have more than tripled the R&D funding in research and development. And we have more than doubled the personnel who are working in research and development. Now, if we look at the 1 per 1 million capita, the number of research and developers in Hungary, the number is around 6,500. In 2010, it was around 3,000. So it has more than doubled, and that was the third largest increase in the whole European Union based on the data of the Eurostat. And if you look at the number of PhD students, we have increased the number of PhD students since 2014 by more than 50%. If you look at in more detail in the European Innovation Scoreboard, different dimensions, you can see compared to the year 2017, what were those fields, those topics where the Hungarian performance increased the most. It is first and foremost the linkages. That means the links and cooperations between university and the corporate sector. Our research systems are getting more and more attractive, the digitalization of the SME sectors, etc., etc. But you can as well see that there were some topics where the Hungarian results decreased. I would like to highlight here 5 pillars of the Hungarian model, let's say. What were those initiatives, those measures behind these performance and these results, what I would like to highlight for you. First is we have a very good, I would say, tax system in order to invite foreign capital into the country. you can see that the lowest corporate tax rate with its 9% in the EU is in Hungary, and we provide tax benefits not just for R&D activities, but R&D investments and R&D employment as well. So for example, if you're a company and you hire a PhD student or someone with a PhD degree, you can deduct tax from your taxes. The second is we have a dedicated fund for research and innovation funding, which we call the National Research Development and Innovation Fund, which is based on a special tax rate, which has to be paid by middle-sized and large enterprises. And each year, as the economy grows, this tax revenue is growing as well, and we can spend more and more on research and innovation. Third, and it is strongly linked to the first point, is our successful and focused FDI policy. We brought into the country several European, American, and East Asian corporates, R&D facilities. I mentioned that the third largest increase in the number of R&D personnel was in Hungary compared to 2010, and in this increase, these international companies and their R&D centers played a decisive role. Fourth is that we are strongly committed to connect our universities and research institutions to the industry. And the fifth parameter is that we focusing our resources on different areas. I will get back to that in the next couple of slides. Second topic. These were the results and where we are right now, but what are our challenges and what is our strategy to tackle them? First, let's see the global context. Obviously, we are located and embedded in the European economy, in the heart of Europe, and you may have all heard about the so-called Draghi report, which was published in the last couple of months, which is focusing on the evaluation of the competitiveness of the European economies. And this Draghi report is very heavily focusing on the R&D and I situation in the whole European Union. I will highlight here 4 key figures, which you can find in the Draghi report as well. First, if we compare the labor productivity rate of the European economies to the US, in 1995 it was standing at 95%. Now, and since then, it has been decreasing until 80%. If we look at the 50 largest technology companies globally, only 4 of them are located in Europe. If you look at the global venture capital funds that are raised in the different regions, only 5% of venture capital is raised in the European Union, 52% in the US, and 40% in China. And if you look at not just on the innovation side, but also on the scientific side, you can see that since 2007, the ratio of European scientific output has decreased by 7 percentage points from 25% to 18% globally. So this is the global context where we should look at the Hungarian performance. Look at the local context. What are the Hungarian challenges within this European context? As you can see, although we have made significant progress in research and innovation, we still have several challenges to overcome. I will highlight here 4 of them. The first is that I mentioned already that we have increased the number of research personnel in Hungary, but still, if we look at the new doctoral degree holders in STEM fields, for example, in the population aged 25 to 34, we are still lagging behind compared to the European average. And if we look at our entrepreneurial intentions in the adult population, and we ask the average adult in Hungary that would you consider that you would start a company in 3 years, in the coming 3 years, only 8.2% of them says that yes, I will do something like that. And this means that this report, this is the GEM report, Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, which is tracking 46 countries. Hungary's rank is 40. If we look at the technology transfer activities in our universities and research institutions, we can say that it's still basically still low. That means, for example, you can see that the university patent applications number was 60 in 2023. Obviously, if I would have put here the number in 2018, it would have been around 10 or 15. So it's increasing significantly, but still, if you compare it, that we spend around 300 million euros each year on R&D in our university ecosystem, this number, the 60, is still not where we want to be. The third is the activity rate, or innovation activity of our SME sector, small and medium-sized enterprises. You can see that in 2020, only every third Hungarian SME said that they are doing some innovation in terms of product innovation or process innovation, and the European average is more than 50%. And fourth, but not last, but I would wanted to highlight these four for you now, is our underdeveloped startup and VC ecosystem. You can see the ecosystem value, startup ecosystem value in Hungary in the years 2021 until 2023. In billion US dollars, Hungary is at $2.4 billion US dollars, the startup ecosystem value, while the global average almost reaches 30 billion. And you can see the total VC funding in this period of time. It's also much lower than the global average. So based on these results and challenges, we defined our strategy, which we call the John von Neumann program, which was accepted by the government last year and the parliament as well, in which we shared a vision that we would like to see Hungary among the top 10 innovator countries by 2040, which is obviously an ambitious goal. What are the main key goals within? Obviously, I already mentioned the world-famous Hungarian scientists who won the Nobel Prize, but not just them. We have several very famous scientists and innovators as well. For example, we have this year, you have cubes on your table, but actually we have the Rubik's Cube that was invented by Rubik 50 years ago. Exactly 50 years ago, he's turned 80 this year. So we have Hungarian scientists and innovators that are very renowned. We are focusing on, and that is the second goal, that every input we do or every investment we make in the research and innovation ecosystem should focus on solving some of the Hungarian challenges and obviously some European challenges. That doesn't mean that we do not think that basic research is important. We do, but we would like to see mission-oriented research activities as well increasing in our universities and research institutions. And the third goal is that we would like to increase the competitiveness of our enterprise sector, the Hungarian-owned enterprise sector, and within that we have three different sub-goals, I would say. We are focusing on the exportable medium-sized enterprises. We are focusing on the new high-growth technology companies which could come out or spin out from our universities and research institutions, and we are focusing on also the very small companies, their innovation activities as well. I mentioned that we, in this strategy, we defined our focus areas as most of the European countries do. We looked at the competencies and capabilities, what we have in terms of research and industry. You can see it on the y-axis. And we also looked at the growth potentials of different technological fields. And the third parameter was what are those issues, what are those topics that are important for the Hungarian community. And through this analysis, we came out with these 3+1 focus areas, which is digital transformation, healthy living, within that brain health and brain research as well, very important, the green transition, and the security and safety. So this is about our strategy, and I would just wanted to highlight one initiative within the strategy. How do we try to accelerate the technology transfer within our universities? And this is my last slide in this presentation. That is, we are working together with several universities now in order to create technology transfer companies. These are for-profit companies that are owned 100% by the university, and its main mission, its main goal is the coordination and management of the university's intellectual properties and technology transfer activities, and it also means a one-stop shop for enterprises that are trying to work together with the university. We are establishing and developing science parks around selected universities, which will be the first and foremost physical space of these cooperations between the university and industrial sector. And for some universities, we are establishing new venture capital funds that will focus on different technological areas, for example, life sciences or deep technologies. So that is the ecosystem we are building around our universities, around Semmelweis University as well, where we are currently now, in order to accelerate the technological transformation of Hungary and through Hungary, Europe. I wish you all a very good and fruitful conversation and discussions for today and tomorrow as well. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Deputy State Secretary. And now our next speaker is going to be Irene Norstedt, Director from the Directorate People, Health and Society of DG Research and Innovation from the European Commission. Director Norstedt unfortunately couldn't be here with us today, so she sent us a video message which I would like to ask you to listen to, please.
Good morning and welcome to this conference on behalf of the European Commission. In today's polarized world, Europe needs to be very strategic in shaping its future in the world. The political guidelines for this European Commission gives us a strategy on how Europe can do this. We need to boost Europe's competitiveness, and the key will be to put research and innovation at the heart of the economy. To make our economies and people more resilient, we need progress in research and innovation in the brain area. This is especially important as mental health of the European population is declining, and the impact of the aging population is growing. So what should we do? We need to step up work on preventive health, in particular for mental health, including at the workspace. Urgent action is needed to protect the mental health of our children, especially from harm from social media. We also need to rapidly step up efforts on treatments for neurodegenerative illnesses, as well as boost research on autism, which is a fast-growing disability, especially among children. We also need to see the brain more through the lens of being our most valuable asset. In healthy brains, the cognitive and emotional capabilities of the brain are the motor of technological innovation and societal progress. However, when brain disorders strike, they often have a direct negative impact on our lives, and effective treatments are mostly lacking. For the patient and the carer, this means a huge loss in quality of life. For the healthcare systems, this means a huge cost burden. For our economy, this also means a loss in productivity. We need to invest in our brain health and skills and consider emerging concepts like brain capital and brain economy. This is especially relevant for our knowledge-based economies, subject to rapid technological changes. The EU has provided long-standing support to brain research and innovation and has invested over 7 billion euros in 2014. Funding has covered the full spectrum from basic to clinical research and includes research on more public health-oriented activities. It has led to the establishment of large global research initiatives and increased the mobilization of national funding to tackle the huge challenges together. This includes support for the coordination of brain research through the EU Joint Programme on Neurodegenerative Diseases Research, GPND, and the Network of European Funding for Neuroscience Research, NEURO, as well as the Human Brain Project, which has put in place the eBrains digital research infrastructure, generating data tools and computing facilities. The EU also supported the EBRA project that started to integrate these different initiatives, aiming to increase the impact of brain research. The EU has also aimed to boost innovation by a number of initiatives. That includes the Innovative Health Initiative, the public-private partnership with Europe's life science industry that also has a focus area on brain research with projects on Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, autism and other disorders. This partnership allows for innovation de-risking, and by having sectors of the industry working together, it can also accelerate the development of innovations through the convergence of technologies. The European Innovation Council is also key in helping to bridge the innovation gap between research and the market. Despite the progress made, many challenges remain. Brain disorders like stroke, migraine, dementia, depression are leading cause of disabilities in Europe. To help alleviate this burden, the EU has stepped up its effort to tackle mental health and neurological disorders with various policy initiatives with strong research and innovation components. This includes the Healthier Together, EU Non-Communicable Diseases Initiative, running from 2022 to 2027, and the 2023 Commission communication on a comprehensive approach to mental health. It also includes a key strategic partnership in the brain area, which is being developed and which will take a holistic approach covering both mental and neurological health. This European Partnership for Brain Health will bring the various initiatives together and is expected to start in 2026. The Commission aims for a partnership achieving long-lasting structural changes. The partnership should enhance the broader ecosystem and facilitate the way research and innovation are carried out, facilitating the transformation of discoveries into valuable innovative products. Our vision includes a well-structured network of knowledge and service hubs and a push towards clinical research by setting up a clinical research hub facilitating translational research. Because we want Europe to be an active place for conducting clinical research. And we want to leverage the potential of the European health data space, the data sharing framework also aimed at data reuse for research and innovation. The partnership also needs to deliver on the priorities of preventive health, particularly mental health, treatments for degenerative illnesses, and on autism research. I'm sure that during this conference, you will reflect on all these elements, and as there is a lot of work ahead, collaboration is the key. We need to make European brain research and innovation as strong as it could be. Thank you, and I wish you all a very fruitful conference.